Hello, everybody. This is Joanna, my space in your place. In case you haven't subscribed already, why don't you go ahead before I get started and subscribe, like and share, and subscribe my channel, my space in your place. And I am Joanna. Those of you that don't know me, well, you know me now, and I hope I see you on the next video. Well, let me see. I'm going to do the Sexless Marriage. But first, before I get into it, I want to tell you some funny things. um, when I did that memorial for my son on the video, I was supposed to be, these like bloopers. I was behind the camera and talking because I couldn't do it in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? I talk a big game, but when it comes to that, I'm like a marshmallow when it comes to the death of my son. But I tell you, honey, if you look at that, go back and look at that video, the tribute. I think it's Cancer Stole My Son. And look close into my son picture that's up on the table. It's on the table. Yeah, I believe it's on the table on the floor. And you can see me, but you can't see me, but you can see me. And so my son was watching it on television. And my baby son, remember when I told you every time I started shooting a video, I start wonder why you start belching and have to drink. And I noticed everybody drink. Yeah. I'm going to see if there's something to do with shooting videos. But anyway, that was funny. And it was some more funny things. It was some funny things been happening. Oh yeah, it was somebody. I know somebody that knows somebody. They had their grandson live with them, and he had a girlfriend, and he had asked his grandmother if he could bring his girlfriend over, and they just sat in the room, watch TV and everything like that. So she said, well, I don't see no harm in it. And they was like quarantined together. Not quarantine, but in together, I guess, riding out the virus together. And so they know that each one of them didn't have it, and they were just going to zip over there because they got tired of being home, just them. And so they came over there, and Grandma got this, huge house, so it doesn't bother her a bit. So they went over there to the grandma's house. And she said that she heard like some commotion, and she went down there, and it was something funny happening. She shot a little video. It was two ladies. They had got intoxicated, yeah, in her house. Now, she got like a real huge house. And they didn't know that she saw that she was shooting a video. And she did shoot a video of the two ladies. It was one lady that was so intoxicated. Now, it's not funny that she was on the ground. And the other one was trying to help. She was just as in her. And the grandson was trying to pick her up. And she was like 3 times the grandson's weight. That was something funny to look at. But it was just like a little short clip. She didn't hold it on that long, just something, just a clip. But it showed you that is not a good thing to do, is to drink. It doesn't look nice to get intoxicated like that, where you just can't walk or something like that. That's certain, especially if you're a woman. Well, a woman or a man, honey. Ain't nothing like a drunk man, I tell you that too. But anyway, getting on right on to the film is something else I want to. Oh, you know, I'm always reading out this little book that I say my son bought me. I was going to show it to you. See it? Yeah, this is it. This is a book that I read out of that my son gave me. Told his wife to go get me on his dying bed. Yes, he did. He told his wife to go get Mama that book. But anyway, yeah, and I'm going to do something for you guys. I was doing something yesterday in the kitchen and making some red velvet cupcakes, matter of fact, and some shrimp and vegetables, stir-fried shrimp and vegetables. They had them on sale at Walmart, like a huge bag of, you know, and I live in Alaska, and we have those, everything come large in Alaska. Our vegetables, everything is large. Our crabs are large, like my arms. We have king crabs up here. Our shrimp are like this. Can you imagine? They had shrimp on sale. The big ones like this. Bags, like this bag, this big, chock full for $5. I bought 4 bags of those. And I had in my mind, I always wanted to be able to eat many shrimp as I wanted, because, you know, shrimp are expensive and you just buy so many, you never do have enough, you know, you want the garlic. But I don't think I put too many shrimp in it. It turned out to be shrimp with vegetables. But anyway, I could always put that in the freezer and little individual like sandwich things. And when I have a taste for that little dish, I could have a dish. Because all the time my son I don't have to cook for him, you know. But my baby boy. Anyway, oh yeah, I got that. I did that yesterday, and also we took a flight. My space in the air. We flew over southwest Anchorage, and we went southwest west. We went up, straight up and over. You wouldn't believe how far that drone and how high it could go. We went over almost by the airport. Yep, from where I stay. And I live over the airport path. So I see right now the plane, they're always telling us that you're in the plane path, you know, danger, go down and everything. Because, yeah, we went, you know what, until you actually fly yourself, you can see why you can get to from A to B like that. Because once you elevate, the higher altitude you go, the faster and further you can get to a certain spot. It's all coming to me now since we've been flying, and it's been fun. So we did. I have a flight uploading now. But it's on the camera, on the drone camera. And also I got a video. It's called Growing Old Is No Joke. And I got one called Growing Old. Oh, PTSD. Yeah, that's coming up soon too. So I've been working on some videos. It's not that I haven't been working on the videos. It's that the uploading. You that know anything about YouTube, you know that uploading is a problem. Yes. You see why I always ask, please subscribe to my video. Oh, I did reach the 100 mark. Yes, subscription. They send you out like a celebration thing for the 100 subscribers. I did 100. Yeah, I said people was getting thousands and stuff and 10,000, but I am blessed with 100. Yes. I got one over 100, and I started, I think, filming and uploading. When was it? In July. Yes. So God is good, and a shout out to my daughter and my best friend. They really been hanging in there with me about promoting, and oh yeah, and my friend over in Kenya. He's been helping a lot with the people over there. Shout out to Luke Divine over there in Kenya. He and his wife, Pastor Divine. But yeah, and if for those of you that live here in Anchorage, Reverend Dr. Reverend Green is retiring. He is what, 86 or 87? Yes, and Anchorage Police Department gave him a little going away something yesterday. So, shout out to Dr. Green. And what else I want to say? You know, I don't mix in with politics and stuff, but this is a mess I've never seen before. This going down in history in my life. So 2020 is really, oh my God, it makes you almost afraid for it to end. Because you go like, oh, what could happen next? Only the world can come to an end. That's the way, you know, things get better or get worse. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how worse you can get than this. You know what I'm, if you know what I mean. Okay, so, oh yeah, this my little teddy bear right here. My baby son gave me that on Mother's Day. Yeah, 2017. That number 2017 will always forever stick in my mind. I guess you guys know this. And this old chair, this is my old standby. Uh, um, it's like it's so big. It has you can just stretch out in it and everything. And I got rid of all the furniture in the living room except for this. I kept my big chair. And my son say, Mom, that big chair take up the whole living room. You know what? I don't. It's different here in Alaska. We don't have all that company here. You know, like down in Norfolk, everybody pile up in your house and you sitting around. No, no. We meet in the dining room up here in Alaska. Most of us we be around the dining room. I got plenty of tables around the bar and around the dining room. Nobody be in the living room. You know what I'm saying? One big chair for the husband or whatever. I'm the head of this household, and the TV or whatever, and the fireplace. That's all you need. Okay. We gonna get on into the show today, tonight, or this evening, whatever time of day you're watching me. Like I said, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you won't miss another upload video from me. And here we go now. We're gonna get on this. Like I promised, I was gonna come to you with this video. Sexless Marriage after 20 years. Oh, 20 years. Yes. Hold on to your seats. I don't want to leave anything out. I just want to I want to inform you and educate you on some things. So if you have any kiddos in the room, I might say things like sex or something like, you know what I'm saying, making love, or I really don't want them to hear it, my voice saying anything. So go ahead and get the kiddos out of the room and make sure they are all gone away. I give you some time to do that. And hit the buttons, the like button, when you get done, hit it now so you won't forget, and subscribe. And don't forget to tell a friend about me. I'm trying to reach 2,000 so that I could go live and I don't have to keep doing this uploading. I can come to you as much as I, like, and bring you stories and things like that. And my Lord, I was blessed with a life. Okay, go ahead and subscribe. Get the children out of the room now. Okay, here we go. Well, imagine this. You are a widow of 10 years. And the man you widowed was from, he was like a sexaholic. Okay? So much as though you would pray because for him to stop, or that he wouldn't, you know what, or run, lock doors when you're bathing in the bedroom, because if he happened to see skin at all, that's it. You're down for the count. And my Lord, at 28 years old, what do you expect? And I was 33, when I had this going on like that. And I couldn't lay beside my husband. I couldn't touch him. You know what I'm saying? Make a move at night. He was just, I don't know, his nature was very high. And when I got saved, it looked like it just got worse. And he one time he asked me, "Were you praying when we were doing?" You know why? Because it was just something that I liked it, the intimacy, but that was what, like, can it be intimacy without really intimacy? Like, can you just touch me without doing? That's how I was then. But let me tell you how it is. It's best you be satisfied and glorify what God give you when he give it to you. Okay? Because you know what you have when you have it. But when you lose that and get another, you don't know what you're going to get. Yes, I got the opposite. Now, I'm not saying the whole 10 years was like dry, because I was engaged to a man, but if you follow my stories, you see that he was not abusive in the way of physical, but mental. He was trying to change my whole how I was. And he was in the church. He was a church deacon. You know what? One time, you know why we separated? I broke up, really? Because one thing, because the pastor told us that we had been engaged too long and we had to get married, because he was a deacon and he couldn't be, we couldn't be engaged that long. So that was out. And then, yeah, but he tried to change everything about me. Yeah, and then, but he wanted to, make love sometime, every now and then but that was wrong. And he in there, and he's serving people communion and stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so I didn't like it, and that's why we broke up, because he was a liar. That's lying. That's lying, and I couldn't deal with that. And so anyway, but he was good. He was a good man. And then he was good. But when I, broke off with him, I left the state. I left, and a lot of things transpired after that. I left the state of Florida, and I went to Georgia. And I say about, I don't know how many years, just say maybe it was a year or two, about 2 years, because my son, put it like this, my grandbaby was not even walking. She was a baby, my second grandchild. And my son was 15 when we got married. When I got married, and then I had promised his dad if anything ever happened to him, he was always talking about that dying and stuff. But anyway, he said, "I bet you'll remarry as soon as I die." And I said, "Oh no." He said, "How long would you last before if something happened to me?" That's how he used to talk. And I say, I have 10 years. No, he asked me, "Could you wait 10 years?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Why 10 years?" He said, "Well, my son will be old enough to fight." I say, "Fight?" He said, "Well, I'm old enough to take care of himself at 15 years old. nobody couldn't hurt him or nothing like that. I wasn't looking at it like that, but I guess men, they know stuff like that. But anyway, uh, 10 years had transpired, and I met him. I met my husband. It was a no time that he had put a ring on my finger, asked me to marry him, put a ring on my finger. He had gone to meet my pastor in Decatur, Georgia, and I had moved into Atlanta, and we got married a year later or something like that. But he was a nice guy, and I counted it as a blessing that this man, um, you know what I'm saying, didn't pull on me and pick at me and everything like that, um, because I was trying to do the right thing. And I think, um, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't even remember that we even kissed. Mm-mm. I don't. I know we held hands, and it was like Thanksgiving. We held hands, and right around in the January we got married. That was the first we held hands, and then I remember we snatched hands down when we was getting around where people could see us. Yes. So we were intimate, but you figure somebody in their 50s, and then me, have like 14 years younger than him or something like that, or 13 years younger. And then he was a widower where his wife had been dead for 5, my husband dead for 10, and he's a handsome, tall, good-looking man, and had been married to his wife for 10 years. I don't know how long, but long time and everything. You figure, yeah, he had children, so that was the last thing on my mind, that my sexual needs weren't going to get met. That was one of my main reasons, because I'd rather to be married than burn. That's burn in hell, burn with desires, any way you want to look at it, but burn. So I wanted to be married legally, and have something nice to look at too, That wouldn't hurt. And somebody to love, and that go to church with me, and we go to church and go to Bible study like that, out to dinner and everything. And then you cannot measure what one man is doing up to another one. See what I'm saying? It wasn't even like that with this one. Like, riding around after church, going out to the dinner. That was out from this one, marriage. Like the guy that I was engaged to, but after my husband died, the church that was in the church, So here I was, got married. We got married. He said, let's go on and get married instead of like waiting so long. And then so it was just like, he wanted it like I did. I think we went to apply for the license, and to get that out of the way, 'cause since we were downtown, we said, let's just apply for the license. And we did. So he said, while we down here, let's just go on and get married. Let's run on over there to the courthouse out there, because where we lived at. A little city right outside Atlanta, in the suburbs. College Park, where T.I. stay at, Tiny and them. But in Atlanta. So, yeah. We went there, and then I had told him, I said, the only thing is I wanted a preacher to marry me. I didn't want a judge. I wanted a minister. Just so happened I was favored. And when we walked in there, and it was the man say, "Well, I'm a pastor." He said one thing before I marry anybody, I believe that I should, talk to them. And I said, "Oh, praise the Lord, that's what I wanted." And so he took us in the room. It was in like a room, and he talked to us. And we had already been to my pastor. He didn't have a minister, but into mine in Decatur. And so when we got said I do, this man literally, we ran to the van like two children. We were so happy. And we went, he said, I said, "Don't we supposed to go to dinner? Let's go to dinner and go celebrate first." He said, "Oh, we're going to go celebrate, all right." So we went straight to the house, and I was happy too, like, hee. So I was grinning from ear to ear. Yeah, so we did it. We I don't know what you call that. What would you call that? I don't want to be too hard on the brother. But that wasn't what I was used to. He didn't really make love. It was just like jump on there and then he put it, blamed it on it had been a long time. So I took that, for okay, later. We're gonna just have just something to do because we both of us, was like, so well, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Married people know what I'm talking about. How you rub your husband on your back. Mm-mm. Well, I did that. My husband jumped up out of the bed onto his feet. And he told me that he had to take a pill. And I said, "What pill?" He said, "Well, a vitamin." That was, he said, some vitamin. I didn't know nothing about that. But anyway, I said, "Well, take it." And he said, "Well, the thing of it is, that's what I took the other day when we was at the courthouse or something. That's why he had to run so fast. I guess that pill only lasts a few hours." And so he ran like somebody crazy to go to the house. And that morning, he said he had to take a pill. It was a vitamin, which was a lie. And I said, "Well, take it." And then he shared with me that it caused some problems. It made his chest flutter or something. And he said, I told him to take the pill. Because I think I got kind of upset. You tell me now. You should have told me that before I said I do. That you had to take a pill and you had to rush me to the house for that. I didn't have to. You know what? I just said, "God forgive me." If and we could have just gave it a test run. Now I'm not telling nobody to run and do that, but I'm just saying, have sex without being married. I'm not saying that. Don't say Miss Joanna and run out and told you to commit fornication. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that if he had shared with me that he had a problem in that area, I would have been the judge of whether I wanted to go down those avenues. I might as well stay single. I didn't need that. I had plenty of company with me. You know what I'm saying? No, no, no. And I come from a huge family. But anyway, oh my goodness, it caused so much ruckus. Um, well, he told me to let him, to have patience. And then he said, "Do you want a husband or do you want sex?" I said, well, I had a husband and he dead. Now I want sex. That's just what I said. That might have been harsh, but that's what I said. And anyway, that day, that next day, we went running around, supposed to be to some vitamin place. There was no vitamin place, but nothing happened. Nothing transpired, and um, ladies, I can see if what I'm saying before you make it known, and don't think that things are going to change. That's where we go wrong when we say, well, if we marry, it would, no. No, no, no. Um, it's best, it better be like that before you marry. The things that that count in a marriage, like romance. And let me tell you, it does not have to be um, penetration, the actual sexual act of penetration, sexual relation between a spouse and the spouses. Um, if you show intimacy toward your wife, if you can perform in one way, you sure enough can top 10. And look, that sexuality is a big thing, not just penetration, what I'm trying to say. You all know that. If you're looking at this show, I done told you to get them children out the room. Well, that's what I'm talking about. You got a woman that you need to please, and you're not taking that pill. Well, I shared this with my eldest son, the one that passed. And I told him what was happening. I say, so he say, well, I'm going to get with him, with Pops. That's what they call him. And I'm going to help him. So he did, and it didn't help. He didn't do nothing that my son said do. And he kept it a secret. I didn't tell my family, my sisters. No, I didn't have a friend like I have now, a girlfriend. I didn't have anybody but my children in Atlanta. I had a big church family, but it was different than my girlfriend here in Alaska. And what I'm trying to say is, if you if you're kind of slack in that way, and you have a wife, there are so many things you can do to please your wife. There's so many little spots that you can touch, you can caress, and you can soothe and smooth. Yes, I went without any touching or anything. Nibbling, nothing. Feeling, nothing. I mean, do you hear what I say? Sex less. Nothing. Okay? Nowhere, no how. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so times it's went on to, I went into a dark place in my life. I lost my sister. I lost my sister in October. Now this was going all the way from January to when my sister passed away. I didn't tell anybody that I was going through this. I was going through hell. I did not speak in it, but I'm going to be honest with you. When I took him to meet my pastor in Decatur, Georgia, my pastor told me, Say now, he asked him, could, I talked to a sister, sat by herself at the time and say, um, he said yes, and he told me, he said, look, he said, I got my spirit tell me that this is not a good match. Say he seems a nice enough guy, all right, but not for you. Say my spirit not seeing anything for you, but he's nice enough man, but not for you. It just something about him is not for you. And then I noticed that when we got in the car, went on about my pastor. He didn't like my pastor. He talked about my pastor like a dog, honey. Made me feel right then. I started feeling some kind of way when you start talking about my pastor, and you don't even have a pastor, and you talking about my pastor like that. No. And he was for my interest. He said, but you know what, y'all ladies? He said, you gonna go ahead right on and marry this man. He said, and you may not come back and tell me. He said, because you're 9 times out of 10 you don't. He said, but this not going to end well. He said, I'm telling you, my spirit is speaking to me something, I don't know what, because he's a nice enough man. And, but I don't know what it is, but my spirit not agreeing. That's what the pastor say. I'm going to give you my blessing only because you look so happy. And you just so much want to get married. But other than that, I don't see my spirit is not agreeing with it. Oh, I was disappointed. But I didn't tell my husband at the time, fiance. I didn't tell him what my pastor had said. I wouldn't dare the way he talked about my pastor. But that's what happened. My pastor had told me that it was something in the milk about him wasn't clean. Said something. Let me tell you, honey. I don't know, not no man. I don't know. It's got to be, maybe some man out there might be looking at this. Go ahead on and subscribe to this channel if you're looking at it and know anything about this. And comment. Put something in the comments, okay? I can see the comments. And after my sister passed, well, she was gonna come to Atlanta on 1999. We was gonna party like in 19. Yeah, so she was gonna come 1999 to Atlanta, and we were gonna celebrate. And so I was gonna tell her then, get some advice from her. And she passed away, and we went down for her funeral, and we stayed at a hotel, and we were in the hotel room, nothing. You figure you away from everybody, the different scene, you know what I'm saying? And you might, maybe that would do it. No, that didn't do it. And I think even my daughter came and stayed with us, but that was after we had been in the room way alone. There wasn't nothing going on in there. And matter of fact, I think I even mentioned that in a sarcastic way. When my daughter asked, could she stay in there with us? Because we had 2 big old king-size beds over by Disney World in Orlando. And we told her, yeah. And I said, because ain't nothing going on in here. And that was in October. And so from January to October, still nothing. Yeah, nothing. And I told you that he did penetrate after we got married, penetrate. And what else did men do? But that wasn't nothing satisfactory to that. And I've never been satisfied out for 20 years by my husband. Never been eyes rolled nowhere but at him because I was mad or something like that. But no huffing, puffing in pleasure. No, nothing like that with him. We didn't hold hands. Nothing. Nothing. It was just, it was strange. It was really strange. So I wasn't used to that. I was just the opposite type of woman. You know, I had to, even though like I used to talk about my husband, do you have to have it every night and all kinds of stuff like that, but I kind of think I needed to have the attention. Yeah, I needed that attention and I needed affection. I just never had somebody like that. And then he was my husband. So I go like, oh my goodness. After my sister died, I tell you, I left. Yeah, came to Alaska. And and my family called and I didn't tell them why I left. I couldn't take it. I had to go away. I had to go away. Yeah. Because he would be dressed up in church and I dressed him and he didn't care about me spending money and I tried to do everything I could to get his attention. I would spend so much money, he wouldn't say a word. I've done bought cars, trucks. He didn't never open his mouth. Never nothing. I couldn't get nothing for him. I couldn't get nothing from him. No, nothing. And all he cared about was collecting. You follow my channel, and you see what I mean. Cause I had to go through a lot in this marriage. But anyway, he had a hobby, and all I can say is subscribe to my channel and go back and look at all the videos. But anyway, yeah. So all he cared about was money, making money. It wasn't me at all. And he was loud to dress and to get for him to get attention. Yeah, and to this day he can't compliment. He criticizes. He's strange person. But anyway, it's a sad thing. But I left and went to Alaska, and my family was calling me, telling me to come home. You leave your good husband, and they kill me with that. Your good husband, and you know, but I didn't have to worry about that, and but I came back home. I thought maybe he would have missed me and would change. No, honey. I came back home, the same thing. And then something happened that just like pushed me over the edge. When I get more comfortable with you guys, I might go into it because some things is you don't tell everything. You can't tell all your business, and that's why I'm going to write a book. And but some transpired in my life that caused me to, along with that, I tell you, ladies, if you think that you could marry a man and sleep in the same bed with him and see his body and your body and you hear him breathing and you smell his male, scent, and you're not touched, no ma'am. You is not going to do nothing to make that man change. That do you hear what I say? What? Our perfume, negligees, makeup. No, he didn't even like makeup and stuff like that. Well, he didn't never say that. You don't know what that man don't like. He'll just say what you don't like. But anyway, we'll get into that. Being this and never can satisfy. Matter of fact, I already made a show about that. Take a backer. Then I'm going to tell you about how you can never satisfy somebody. But anyway, you spend your life trying to satisfy everybody but yourself. It will kill you. But anyway, I went back to him. I stayed in Alaska uh, a couple of months, I believe, about 2 months. I stayed up here. About 6 weeks. And in a hotel, like efficiency, and was going to church. The church bus was picking me up and everything. And it was so funny when I got to the hotel. Looked at, they had telephone books back then, so that'll tell you how long it was. I get the book of anything Missionary Baptist. I know that was black. Anything that was Southern Baptist was white. Not that it mattered, black or white, but I just wanted to see what is in the African American churches up here. And I called one church, and the lady said, "You looking for a colored church?" Probably. That was so cute. And so I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she told me where to go at, and she gave me the name of the church, and I told her I was from Atlanta, and she said they have a bus and they'll come to the hotel and get you, and I did, and they came and got me, and that's when I regretted that I had got married because I was in a new place and not I didn't meet nobody, nothing like that, but I was from around my surroundings, way away from everything, and it was like a whole new life. Up here was different, even different area of scenery, whole different, and but I went back to give it a second chance, and I tried to do everything right, and rub his back, and um, you know what I tried to do one time? Um, I used to like what's your name? That stuff, vodka, I think, martinis, and I fixed him one, and I think it was on. Um, I don't know, forgot, but my birthday, something. But I fixed him one and had him, you know, kind of juiced up. If you got to get your husband intoxicated, do you know how that made me feel? But I was trying to, I was like, I guess seducing my husband. Like that, I was trying anything I want. I think he probably won't even know that I did it unless he watches this video. I doubt if he watched the video, but he's my ex. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I did, and he was laughing and having a good time. But I think that was as far as it went because no, he didn't do nothing. No, he fell asleep in the like recliner in the living room. That's what he did. But anyway, if your friend, fiance, man, husband, or whatever, if you not doing it before you get married, do not expect to make any grown man. Do you think a grown man you gonna change a man? I'm talking about 50. He said it is what if he ain't doing it at 50, something is wrong. And don't blame it on that it's not working. That department, because honey, it's a lot of things you can do for your wife to make her uh, climax or whatever, or feel good or intimate like that. He didn't try it. Not a kiss on the ear, nothing like that. And I would lay in the bed, lie in the bed, turn my back and cry. Yeah, I cried. Yeah. You know why I cried? I'm gonna tell you why. Because my mind would started going back to my late husband when I would um when he would be begging me and rubbing me, and I would say, "No, not tonight." It was just played, and I thought that the Lord was punishing me. Yeah, it really did a job on me to be what you call abandoned by your husband, or that's mistreatment. So that's a form, another form, I believe, of abuse, because I'm telling you, I couldn't win for losing. That's why I threw in the cap after this one. Yes, I threw in the cap. It wasn't about that. But anyway, so that was the second time. All right. So the last time I left him and I came up here, I started. It didn't change. He didn't change a bit. He was still the same person. And I came up here. Then I said, I'm moving up here. So then I told my son, I'm not coming back. Uh, Sell the stuff and everything. My daughter, y'all sell up everything. I'm not coming back to the United States. I call it the United States, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not coming to the lower 48s. I'm going to find a place up here, and you come up here and go to school up here. And he said, yes, ma'am. So that's what I did, because I didn't have a, I had a man and he gave me everything I wanted. He was a good man when it come down to, um, he was like giving me credit cards, money, and he was into flea market and selling and buying, and that's all he thought about. He had a wife that he didn't care about nothing. He didn't tend to my physical needs at all. I was physically and sexually deprived, and my husband didn't care. He mistreated me sexually. Yeah, he took himself from me, and that was not that was against God's law. He did. He took himself. He didn't satisfy me, um, and I believe he did it deliberately, because uh, before I moved up here, this is, you know how it always be a straw that break the camel's back. Well, I say that because it happened twice in my life, to divorce and for me to make the move to come up here for good. Okay, what made me came across the water for good was this right here. His mother got real sick, so we went to, we had to drive hours and hours and hours away from Atlanta. Okay, and I don't want to call the name of the city, but states and states, going through Tennessee all the way almost up by Las Vegas somewhere. But we were just driving. And when we got there to his mom's house, oh, she got this big, huge house, and where Tina Turner and them live at, in that place, in that area. And we had a room, and nobody was there. And you figure nobody's there, and you're in another, and you could do a little something. Mm-mm. No, my husband wasn't do nothing then. But then he would perpetrate a fraud. When my sister died, he made a remark to my cousin. He said he had to take a nap, and he told my cousin, she said, "Come on, let me take you in the room and you can lay down and sleep." And he said, "I like to sleep in the nude," and like he was a sex man or something. And I looked like, are you kidding me? He liked to sleep in the nude. That was a lie. So he perpetrated a fraud in front of other people. He made people think that he was, when a man would pay attention to me, he was call me his wife, and you wait till this, to make it like he was doing nothing. absolutely nothing, nothing, perpetrating a fraud. And I had to live like that, live a lie. Yes, and dressing. Oh, did I dress? He didn't care if I paid $1,000 for a pocketbook. That didn't phase him. I did everything to try to, get his attention. It would not help. So don't think that you're gonna change your man like that. And so anyway, what broke the camera back in Atlanta was after we went to see his mom, and it was like that. At her house. Wouldn't even tell. Oh, but when he got ready to tell me to get dressed and take to the golf course to meet the way his friends were going to be at the golf meeting at the golf course, um, I had to get dressed all over. He could show his wife like that. I was a token a wife, a trophy wife. That like that. That's you just like I look at my wife. I got a young wife. That was it. That was all it was. Honey. That was it. And pretending, uh, looking at me all seductive around people and stuff like that. But when he was with me and behind closed doors and no, no, no. So anyway, that was it. That was it, honey. And I did move to here, and the thing of it was I started getting sick, and I called him. Matter of fact, the doctor said, "Do you say you were married?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Why don't you call? You need some help." Cause my son wasn't no help. He was still in school, and he came up. 2 years. He came up 2 years after I was here. 2 years, and I was all set up by then. And he came up, and I was so happy. I said, it was the same way. Nothing changed, ladies. Do you hear what I say? It had gotten so bad until I was breaking down. I was in church, and I did befriend one of the sisters, and I thought we were really close. She was married, and I was married, and we were both women, but she was a little younger than me. I found out because I was doing the mother board, some kind of thing on Saturday, and I found out how old she was. She was younger than me, like 10 years almost, but you couldn't tell it the way we looked, and I thought we were the same age, really. No offense if you're looking at me, sister, but I'm just saying I really did think you and I were the same age, but found out that maybe that's why she didn't want to hear it. But I told her, I say, I need to talk to you about something, and I mentioned what it was about me and my husband not making love to. Oh, I don't want to hear it. And I think she got angry and said, "Don't don't." And it was do you know, it hurt. It cut deep. So I went to the pastor and I told him, I didn't mean no harm, but I was going to tell her something like women stuff. And she like snapped at me. And so I don't have nobody to talk. He said, I'm going to put you with some. That's how I got with my girlfriend I got now. I didn't stop just saying sister because she is my sister, like closer than a blood sister she is to me. Here, Sister Betty. You'll hear me say Betty a lot. And it's Wanda, my friend in Florida. That's my girlfriend in Florida. Up here in Alaska, Betty is the only girlfriend that I have up here. Um, well, she, yeah, I told her about it, and I tried everything. God knows I did. And then I found out from uh, somebody in the church that I could have gotten annulment. Oh yeah, I moved out. What the straw that broke the camel's back about the divorce from the sex was that I mean, look, I would cry because I was getting older. You hear what I say? And I was getting desperate. I wanted to be touched. And I was desperate. If you become desperate, honey, I don't know who am I talking to. And if somebody say, I can't believe that, or I know way I would stay married and beg my husband. Yes, you would if you was in the church. You would. Beg your husband to touch you. And he won't. But then you ask him, well, can I move to another room? He said no. So you got to sleep with him. Yeah, you can't even move out. You still sharing the bed. Yeah. And he won't look at you, touch you, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So maybe some ladies get together and tell you, okay, you gonna have to. No, this what? And I don't want to leave nothing out. One of my sisters, God bless the dead, my eldest sister, I confided in my sister. She sent me a ticket. It had got down to this, honey. She said, oh no, over my dead body will I be up here. And you up there suffering because you cannot have sex with your own husband. She had met my husband. She said, I can't believe him. She said, you mean? I said, she said, no. She sent me a plane ticket, an $800 ticket to go down there, had a man waiting on me. Yeah. I didn't know it was a setup. You know what I'm saying? But she wanted me to do something. She just wanted me to do. She just was pulling out all guns. You know, like I was her sister, and this man just doing this. You know, she didn't know what was. I was giving him all the benefit of the doubt. Go to the doctor. Let's go to the psychiatrist. This and that. This going on for 20 freaking years, and I'm getting older, honey. Not no younger. Burning with desire, and you got a husband. Yeah, you can be out of committing adultery, fornication. You could be doing, but you're not. He was blessed beyond measure and didn't know it. He had a good. Well, something is wrong. I'm go on. That ain't it. That's not all. So anyway, that just was not. That wasn't clicking. That was clicking. So we get to talking. The ladies say, well, you're going to have to go over to this place. Told me where to go at in Alaska. They have adult toys. And you're going to have to do it yourself. Do it yourself and blah, 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 blah. So I said, well, maybe this is it. Do you know what? I went and purchased one, like my husband got. And I went in the bathroom. I was taking a bath. Yeah, I was taking a bath. Think you do it in the bathtub. And he heard me. Do you know what this man said at the door? No, I think he opened the door and he said, call my name when you. That was like moving on toward the straw. But he told me when I was getting ready to reach an orgasm that I had to inflict upon myself with a bought instrument. You hear what I say? At my age, he tell me to call his name. That was a low blow. I think I got that thing and threw it in the trash can. But I tell you what, I said I would never use one of these again. and it's not gonna be fake. It's gonna be a real one. Now, I start getting really, really angry. That's what was getting. So still, I couldn't do it. I said, well, gotta give him another chance. Mm-mm. So I left him. I moved with my son, my oldest son, the one that passed away. He talked to them and talked to them, put it all on me, wouldn't tell them the reason why, and do you know they packed me up? My oldest and my baby son packed me up, honey. And he done come and got his truck, packed me up, because I left my house and went and stayed at my son's house, honey. I stayed with my son. He packed me up, had all my stuff, put it in my husband's truck, and then drive it to the house, jumped out and got in his car, the baby son driving his car, and left me standing out in the driveway with the truck. And I had to go up there with my husband. And he said, here come my baby coming in. Come on, the daddy. So I say, well, maybe he cheated. Not again. No. So it went on. I filed for divorce. Yeah, I did. And but when I moved back home, they were supposed to be by the state of Alaska. Divorce was broken when you go back and stay with a husband. So when I got into bed with him, it break it. Well, I had, and I just said, oh well, I got to pay all that money again and stuff. So I said, I gotta give it one more try. And one night, I don't know what it was, called it something was in the air, but I was horny. I was really just wanted to. My heart was aching. I was praying. Tears rolling under my, and I turned, and I literally was going to beg my husband, my spouse, the man that married me, and I turned on my side to rub his back, I was going to just plead with him, just tell me what's wrong with me, I'm thinking. Guess what happened when I did that? He forgot he was on the side of the bed, close to the, when I rubbed his back, fell off. He moved over so fast, he went too fast and fell off behind the bed. And we had the bed pulled kind of close to the wall, but he big enough for him to get up and walk around. He wanted to sleep on the back. I slept on the front. Yeah, like that. He went round. Because he had his table and stuff like that. He liked it to be in corners with lights. And I, that's all right. That's neither here nor there what the people say. But I touched his back, and he fell off on the floor, and he couldn't get up. I had to call my baby, and I told him, come and get Pops off. I got up out of the bed, went on the sofa. That was it. I went downtown, filed for divorce. My baby was saying, oh, you're not going to get a divorce. It's going to take I said, you know what? Just shut up, because I'm not going to talk to you. I'm talking to my other son, too. I said, I'm going to handle this without both of y'all, because I'm going to divorce this man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to divorce this man here without y'all help. And I meant that. And when he did that really just broke something in me. You did something to me. That was it. You ain't got to fall all over on the side of the bed because I touched my own husband on the back and rubbing him. No, honey. He fell, over on the bed and couldn't get up. I had to call my baby, came and got him. And he came in and said, Pops, how you got back there? What happened to you? And I told him, I said, ask your daddy what happened while he fell behind the bed. Yeah, I did ask him. And then I went in from then on, I went on the sofa and I proceeded to go the next day downtown to. Then when I got down there, the girl told me, the clerk, she say, Mrs., you don't need to pay no money because you was just down there 30 days ago. Your thing is still for 90 days. So all you got to do is give, what she say? Oh, I didn't have to pay nothing. She say, just give us the address where you want us to serve him. And we'll serve him the papers. And I gave him the address. It was right where I was staying at. You think I cared because I was staying with him? I was done. You know, that was it, honey. If you're going to humiliate somebody, it does something to you. I mean, somebody said, well, it can't be all that. You can't. Oh, yes, it plays a big important part in a marriage, sex. Until you have done it, until you both can't do it no more or don't want, that's it. But I'm talking about all through your marriage and you had nothing to do with the decision. And you done been a widow, your husband been dead for 10 years, your 28-year-old husband. And you get with this man that's 12 or 14 years older than you. And you're going to grow old with him. It was good enough you married somebody that old. And then you got all your youth just sitting there dying with somebody. And you not even being a kiss, touch, fondle, touch, pluck, nothing else. You know what I want to say. Nothing else. Nothing. Nothing. You hear what I say? Absolutely nothing. No, nothing. Yeah. So anyway, I got divorced. Yeah. And then come to find out, I'm talking to my girlfriend after we got a divorce. I did not tell the pastor that I was staying in the house with my husband and I had divorced him. No, I did not. I'm talking to my sister in the church on the phone. He heard me talking. Hey, sister. Let her know that we were in the house. You think I cared? I didn't care about what nobody said at this point. I sure didn't. And to this day, I don't care. No. But that's all right. That's what I wanted to do. That is it. So it was sexless. Sexless. You hear what I say? Nothing. Now, can you survive that? Or do you want that? Or if you see that the man that you finna marry, he's not doing any of that before you marry, you saying, if you in the church, you figure, oh, God bless me with a man that really respects me. No, honey. That's probably what he don't want none. And then he made some remarks, lots of remarks, that we'll get, that's a whole nother story. Okay? Whole nother story. I don't want to mix in the stories, but this one is that being married for 20 years without having sex, and had the nerve to tell me, the wife, to ask my girlfriend, didn't you have sex when you were in Alaska? Didn't I have sex? You ever heard anything that crazy? Put in the comments. Yes, I did. You heard me say, I'm on the phone with my girlfriend, a sister in my church. He said to me, ask her, didn't I have sex, not make love to you, have sex with you, maybe 2 times. I'm talking about 20 years now. But maybe about 2 times since I've been here, and bragging about 2 times if he did that. I said, if you'd have done something, I would have remembered it. Should any wife should have to remember and go back that far, 20 years to think if you touched her? You know what kind of... So that's what I'm saying, honey. That's how bad it was. Yes, he actually asked my girlfriend, didn't, like, how she know? Wasn't that really silly? Do you see how things could get, honey? Don't get caught up in a sexless marriage. It's hell on the body, hell on the mind, and it sure is hell on the heart. Okay? You're not ready for that? Don't do it. Ask your spouse, your mate, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Are we going to be making love? If you're going to keep this up, if you're going to do blah, blah. Because if not, this is what I want, and this is what, honey, I advise you not to go there. Okay? I think that's going to be it for now. This is your girl, Joanna. My space and your place. Go ahead and like and share and subscribe to my video and tell a friend. And don't forget to leave a comment. I love your comments and I love responding back to your comments. And to the next video, I'm going to say goodbye, okay? Bye-bye.